the first thing that you should check is if you're dry camping, if you're out without hookups, without a generator, is check the battery level. And how I would do that is, because everything's LED anymore in a lot of these trailers, is I would turn on the water pump. If the water pump is struggling to get water flow going through your kitchen, your shower, your bathroom, it's struggling, the battery's low. The other way to find out is if you put in and out your awning and your awning's going a lot slower in or out, if you don't have a battery tester on you. So this guy did that. Wasn't the battery. He was actually found out he was remember during the walkthrough, the truck was he had plugged his 7-way pin plug into the bed of his truck, or the back of his truck, and he started the truck and ran it for about 20 minutes, and he said there was nothing wrong with the battery. That's, by the way, another way you can charge your battery. So the next thing I would look for is I would make sure that there's no propane leak. That when you look at your propane bottle, there's a little, make sure they're all the way squeezed, all the way tight, and that it's all the way on. And that little center device that turns it either right or left for each tank, make sure that's all the way left or all the way right, depending on the tank you're using. Well, he did that, everything was good. What it ended up being was a fuse. So the last thing I always tell people, okay, go to your breaker box and your fuse panel and push in all the fuses. Because sometimes, remember, that furnace doesn't run strictly on electricity, it runs on the battery. Even though the heat is generated through propane, the actual device, pardon me, is ran through the battery. So it's a 12-volt device. So it does have fuses to it, and then the main fuse is in the breaker box. So you also have to remember, as you travel down the road in an RV or in a travel trailer, it's an earthquake on wheels. So you're going as you're going down the freeway or going up the mountainside or wherever you're heading, going down to the beach. None of these roads in California are decent. In fact, I'm on the 210 East heading to work, and you can tell by everything that's going on, including the little sun blocker here, that these roads shake. So sometimes stuff like that comes loose, so the next thing to do is just pop those fuses in. Well, he found out 3 of the fuses were loose. As soon as he popped them all in, boom, furnace instantly turned on, and within 5-6 minutes he had heat. Okay. If you're going to be in colder places this year, if you're going to do a lot of winter camping, in 50 degrees or less, and you need a heater, guys, take a space heater with you, especially if you're going to be hooked up. If you're going to go to a full hookup site, take a space heater with you, a small space heater, just in case you have any issues. That way you're not cold. You're not freezing. You might be a little upset that the furnace may not be working if you don't camp. If none of those things. By the way, if none of those things work, it's a bad board, more than likely. It's a bad igniter board. Okay, and there's nothing you can do about that out at a campsite. You're gonna have to take it back to the dealership to go get it ordered and fixed. So my recommendation is carry a space heater with you guys. Carry something with you that's electric or battery powered. That'll give you some heat as a backup. Especially if you're going out to Johnson Valley this year, Glamis. I can already tell it's going to be a colder winter than it usually is, just based on the last 2 days in Beaumont. Beautiful day today, though. It's 66 right now, according to the temperature gauge of the Mitsu. So again, let's go over that one more time. First thing to do is check the battery. Okay, if you don't have a tester, use the awning or the water pump as kind of a test, because you don't want to use the slide, because those are hard to get back in if you don't have enough power. Number 2, Check the propane, make sure that, not that it's full, more than likely it's full, but that the switch that decides which tank is on or starts flowing through the coach is on all the way. Make sure that all the connectors are tight, and make sure the tank is open all the way. And number 3, which is the most likely of the 3 of them, is that all the fuses are all the way in, or that you didn't blow a fuse. Last thing I'll go over is, let's say the battery's dead, or let's say it's really low. You don't have you're at night, can't run a generator because you're in a campsite that doesn't allow you to do that. Then go take your truck, plug in the 7-way pin plug into the bed of the truck or the SUV that you're towing with, start the motor, and very lightly in neutral or in park, slowly rev the motor. There's a charge line there that'll actually trickle charge the battery. Okay, slowly do that. Let it run for about 30 to 45 minutes to give it a little bit of charge, and then initiate the furnace. Now, if you do that, the furnace is going to eventually, you're going to eventually die. Your coach is going to run out of battery. Okay? So, don't be shocked in the morning or panic in the morning if nothing turns on. Just go back to the truck, or go back to the generator, start it back up, and it'll start going. It'll start turning back on. Number 2, obviously the propane, self-explanatory. But 3, keep fuses with you. 15 amp, 20 amp, and 10 amp fuses on you. Because if it does burn, then you can just simply pop a new fuse and boom, you're ready to rock and roll. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel. It'll help me actually get more equipment and do more walkthrough videos with you guys. I'm going to probably do, the next one is probably going to be on roof seals. And I'll show you kind of what we get in trade. Kind of show you how we process a trade-in, or how most dealerships process a trade-in. I've been doing this for 11 years now. Happy camping, enjoy. Just remember, RV stands for toolkit and sense of humor.